Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Taylor. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Slow. Ready. 319.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Coleman. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Fights him off. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, good footwork on the spin. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Throwing, Bridgewater. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
319.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And just shutting him off there. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards on the ground. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession. This is Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. First and 10 at the 19. Coleman now. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Slow.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They'll try to sneak with Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. A give. This is Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he fires one, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Will Lutz, who went to college a stone's throw from here at Georgia State, comes on for the field goal attempt. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Slow.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 45 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Slow.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Slow.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Drops it off for Coleman. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Taylor will throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because of 1-play.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Ted McKinley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. That's caught inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Second down, Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Bridgewater to throw it. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On the screen, this is Coleman. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
On 3rd down, Taylor. He finds Coleman. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's Bridgewater. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third and long for Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Taylor. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game back.
And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Saints. 49 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
The second down throw for Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, Kamara. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
The Saints on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they got a man open, it's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Time for a break. The Falcons send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They will run again with Coleman. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the 1st down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the 1st down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
first play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Delta.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Delta.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
Yes, sir.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One last shot now for Bridgewater. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Falcons, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama watching television, telling me avoid the system. Hoping I ain't lose religion, texting prayers, up the message sending. Know I've been blessed. I been seeing prophets, mostly yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Safe to say the man got me. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? God in my system, been the one I'm kissing. One might extensions, I don't look like expeditions. Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to screw me, but I've been a genius. Daddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now Goff on first down. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And give them a gain of 37. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, gone. And that is incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. That's to his running back, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff forced out to his left. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline out now to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Dante Fowler able to drop him for a loss of 4.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Foles. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Well, as they take the field here for the next drive, let's talk about the AFC Championship game. How excited are you for Mahomes and Brady, Chiefs and Patriots?
I'm very excited because, remember, this is a rematch game, just like in the NFC, where they played in the regular season, but this time the site is different. Regular season, they were in Foxborough, and Tom Brady and the Patriots won late against Kansas City. But how about this? The first quarterback to have a 50-touchdown season, Tom Brady, he's taking on the latest to do so in Patrick Mahomes.
And you've also got the likely MVP in Mahomes against arguably the greatest to do it all time. The storylines here just at the quarterback position are limitless.
Yeah, and remember we said they met in the regular season? It was 43-40, the win for the Patriots in Foxborough, but Kansas City walked out of there vowing revenge.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
2 for 1. Goes up. Like 20.
A shotgun snap for gone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And by the way, I need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th. And the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw, it's Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Sproles so quick and agile. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the play. It's caught inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Shorty.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. A dump off to Smallwood. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a play fake. Wentz. This is caught. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Again, it's Wentz. And, it'll be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now gone. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. First down, a run with Smallwood. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Trade 15, trade 15.
On second down, here's Wentz. Flush to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Brockers in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that moment. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Caught right side, Tate. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Throwing now is Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Wentz. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Matt Longacre in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On play action, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing is Wentz. He'll buy some time right. He's going to go up top for the hit. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, 28 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Smallwood. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 40 yards. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On play action, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete as well.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Throwing on third. Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Throwing now, Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. Now it's gone. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. Robert Woods, 67 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This fielded at the 2. Get a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. Sproles lost the football, and the Rams have got it back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Goff going to throw it. Dumps it off to Gurley. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight end.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover it.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be cooling out in the whip, and I done there every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
He sets the fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
27's a Sam. 27's a Sam.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Wentz. Ertz has it left side. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Wentz now on 1st down. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Giants set to get the football back, and they're coming off a 5-11 season. Now, look, that's an improvement from 2017, but still it's 8-24 the last 2 years. So, okay, you talked about earlier their need to get big guys up front to protect the quarterback. You got the number 6 overall pick in this next year's draft. Where are you going?
You would think that if you could get someone like a Quentin Nelson who went to the Colts last year, you would want to do that. But there's also a chance they can get their future quarterback with the number 6 pick. So you might have to go in that direction and then come back and get the big guys later in the draft. Sitting in that number 6 spot, they will have a good chance at getting one of the top quarterbacks in this year's draft.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation. A great rookie season for Barkley, over 1,300 rushing yards, second in the NFL, 11 rushing touchdowns. Also a big asset in the passing game, 91 catches, most by a rookie in NFL history.
Yeah, second only to Christian McCaffrey in 2018, not counting the rookie status at all. How about 2,028 yards from scrimmage, which led the NFL, 15 total touchdowns. He ended up breaking 94 tackles. A lot of people said he didn't run inside. Oh, he did, and he broke those tackles and made plays downfield. And don't forget this about this guy. Those numbers would normally win Rookie of the Year going away. He'll be in a real battle with Baker Mayfield from Cleveland for that honor.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The first carry for Josh Allen. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. Sunday. Set, waiting. This 5-7. Wait up.
Play action. Now Wentz. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Richard Rodgers, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, partner, let's look ahead to the NFC Championship game while we got a second. Sunday, 3 Eastern, Rams, Saints. What do you think about that matchup?
I'm loving the matchup, and it's right back at the site where they played in the regular season. And the Saints got out to a 21-point lead, and the Rams reeled them in before the Saints won it by 10 down the stretch. Here's where I think the biggest matchup of the game is. Marcus Peters, corner for the Rams, against Michael Thomas, receiver of the Saints. In the last game, Michael Thomas really got over on him, over 200 yards receiving. And the Saints said that was the game plan, to attack Marcus Peters. He vowed it would be different if they met again. Here's his opportunity this Sunday.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. B.J. Goodson in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 54 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They'll go to Adams, trying to pound it in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. They do go for it. It's Manning. Quick hitch, complete. It's Shepard. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From midfield, here's Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work It's just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise. Because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. Third down here. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Again, they'll throw with Manning. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On second down now, Adams. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second-and-goal situation. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run it now with Sproles. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push, though. Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Darren Sproles taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise at the half. They discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he finds Penny. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Zebra.
To throw again. Manning eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
It's caught. Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Zebra.
On 1st down, Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Manning. Looking for Shepard deep. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. It's the fullback taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Go. Lady. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
There we go. Back.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it with Sproles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Let's go. Great. Liz 5-3.
On 2nd down, Adams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Porky, 82, Porky. That's it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Gets by him at the 25. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. He's thrown at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Elliott now to kick this one away. And now out come the Giants. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Here's a give to Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. On first down, Adams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Get over there. Go. There we go. Back.
On second down now, Adams. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
We got three. Here we go.
Sproles. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
Yeah. I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LAD low to the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the beam in the flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, the man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my. I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a. Yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman. I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happens when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the aping. I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. I like when birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle.
It's one of them ones, man. You just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when you by yourself and you just cruising on the highway, man. Yeah, this got me thinking. On that cap, swerving through traffic, listening to traffic. My windows ain't tinted, so notice me. 4 braids, Yankee fitted, yeah, know it's me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. A young with money will make offended. I ain't flashy, I'm classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to that's hungry and eager. My brother's keeper, I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things went from moving faster, slow motion. I was losing focus, stuck on that. It was smooth on the surface, but underneath it was broken. Hoping to find hope in this hopeless world we live in. What you give is what you given. Gotta make wise decisions. Gotta stay tunnel vision. Gotta avoid collision. Keep scratching the surface and keep your palms itching. Gotta pay moms a visit. It's been a while. I've been working, she keep telling me she miss her child. I find myself passing the house, then I spin around. She say I'm always moving, ma, I just can't sit around. Oh my, cause the cash ain't gon' come to us. When we was down, who gave a dime or gave a for us? So instead of making it hard, I made it fun for us. Make it easy, so when you need it, you just run to us. But it's a lot of pressure, I'm trying to stick and move through this. Fixing these bumps on the road so I can just cruise to this. Living my life on the road, I'm trying to get used to this. And when they throw dirt, I just act like a broom to this. Trying to stay true to this. Even when they lie on me. World on my shoulders, my girl can't even cry on me. God watching over me, the devil probably spy on me. I've been going through some. Can of keep an eye on me. I know it's been a drought, but to my fans, don't go dry on me. If you want a picture, take a picture, don't get shy on me. I'm here to inspire. I admire that you admire me. I've been in the dark, but I promise you'll see a brighter me. I'm sorry. For my supporters, man, I love y'all. I just want to say thank you for supporting me since day one. You don't want to see me win, man. I don't know why, but we gonna win anyway. I came straight out the with a microphone. Boy, I swear I couldn't leave that mic alone. Everybody clear the room, I like to write alone. I'm in my zone, bass bouncing off the styrofoam. I'm never in between, I'm either hot or cold. Can't be a loser, I maneuver like I got a clone. I'm out here in these streets like I ain't got a home. And you barely hear from me like I ain't got a phone. Because there's no days off, there's no days off. I know it sounds a little painful, but it pays off. Social sites was distracting, so I stayed off. Spoke to God that me and Satan had a face off. I swear my life was like a rocket, then it takes off. First I plotted, then I got it, couldn't wait long. I put the pedal to the metal, then took the brakes off. And I kept it A1 like the steak sauce. My paychecks used to be a pair of Jordans, and I know I can't afford them, but I went ahead and bought them. Then I quit, started spent my money on recording. Yeah, the studio was small, but man, that made me a fortune. Made me a fortune, man. Trying to stop me. Y'all can't stop me. This is forever. Forever, man. I mean that.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot put no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First and 10, here's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Throwing on first down. Johnson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Kansas City set to get the football, the #1 seed, rolling over the Colts last weekend. Now they get New England, and because, of course, they're the #1 seed, Charles, they're going to get them at home. And they look so good against the Colts. It's like they were angry of all that Chiefs can't win at home talk.
Yeah, and think about their head coach, Andy Reid. Remember, he was 1-4 in Kansas City in playoff games. People keep talking about, if you win a lot of regular season games, when is that going to translate to the postseason and possibly getting to the Super Bowl? Well, they move on in an impressive way over the Colts. And now what a matchup. Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, but they get them at home in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yes, sir. Popcorn, please. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. On target over the middle of the hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Here's Mahomes to throw, and he checks this one down to Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Washington Redskins, as they make their way back out here, they're coming off back-to-back 7 and 9 seasons now. Yes, they had the injuries at quarterback, but gosh, there was a time when you thought the NFC East was theirs.
It certainly was. Remember, they were 6-3 at one point. And people were wondering, could they ride the legs of Adrian Peterson to a division crown and into the playoffs? But injuries hit them in a big way. At one point, partner, down the stretch, the two teams that led the league in guys on the injured reserve list, Washington and Oakland. The brothers Gruden, head coaches of both teams, I was teasing both of them saying, do you guys compete at everything? That's not something you want to compete for. So they had a bunch of injuries that really derailed their opportunity to try and win the division.
Trying to get back to the playoffs soon. They haven't won a playoff game since 2005. Johnson on first down. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him, and he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw. Johnson, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D. Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Now Johnson, off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Black 58 red.
On second down, Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. Because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. With that ball hitting the ground, let's take a spin around the league real quick. Last week we discussed the head coaching vacancies. There were 8 of them. Well, a lot of those places have already found new coaches, Charles. Some old faces in new places. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Adam Gase staying in the AFC East, jumping from Miami to the Jets. And how about some of the new fellas?
Yeah, how about Cliff Kingsbury? He went to USC to be the offensive coordinator after losing his job at Texas Tech. Ends up being the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Freddie Kitchens gets the job in Cleveland, gets the promotion. Vic Fangio finally getting his shot to be a head coach. He's going to Denver. And Matt LaFleur, he's going to work with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
That leaves us with 2 remaining spots, Cincinnati and Miami, still searching. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Going deep for Benjamin. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Johnson now to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here's Johnson on 3rd down. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. That goes for 15 yards on the fake, a 1st down. And a lot of fist pumps right now on that sideline.
Let's go!
On 1st down, Johnson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Peterson, Charles, at age 33, I think when he signed with the Redskins, people were wondering what would this season be like. Well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, and you remember the reason why they're asking that question. Age 33. Last season didn't end very well in Arizona. Had some good games, but was hurt down the stretch. Didn't have those games again. But now, 96 yards in the season opener for Washington at Arizona. Comes back for 20 against Indianapolis. And then 120, a big performance against Green Bay. At his best, you're getting to Adrian Peterson that defenses fear. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson, 41 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Peterson ended up having a really good year, over 1,000 yards, which was 8th in the NFL in rushing. Of course, he was signed after the injury to Darius Geis.
Yeah, that happened midway through the preseason, and he came in and blew them away in a workout, and they wouldn't let him leave Washington, D.C. And guess what? They saddled him up 1,042 yards, his 8,000-yard season. You have to include a 2,000-yard season in 2012. He's now 8th all-time in rushing yards at better than 13,000. And 5th all-time in rushing touchdowns with 106. Do you know what his dad nicknamed him as a kid?
All day.
You got it. A.D. doing his thing in D.C.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. This one caught by Crowder. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mahomes now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Steps away, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jonathan Allen able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Dancing to his left. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, 26 yards. And now if the Chiefs hit the PAT, they will take the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Johnson looking to throw on 2nd down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And out come the Chiefs now. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
You know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Mahomes now on the sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Blue 45. Blue 45. Left, 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 left.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an